Newswatch, a summer camp allows students to explore science and art.
Plus, micro wrestling at the Jackson County Fair brings more than just entertainment.
And in sports, the Ironton Tigers face high expectations for the upcoming season. Newswatch starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Aiden Crowley.
And I'm Maria Manessi. Welcome to Newswatch, your source for news impacting southeastern Ohio. A West Virginia man charged with attacking his sister is dead. An attorney for Daniel Palmer III said his client died yesterday at a Charleston, West Virginia hospital. It is unclear why he was in the hospital, and no cause of death has been released. Daniel's sister Wanda had been in a coma for 2 years after being attacked in her home in 2020. She woke up in recent weeks and told authorities her brother attacked her. He was her legal guardian at the time. Daniel Palmer was charged with attempted murder and malicious murder earlier this month. A Belpre man is found guilty of wanton endangerment involving a firearm after walking through Vienna's Walmart with a pistol in his hands. Keith Allen Crace was arrested and charged in October. WTIP reports police found Crace in the store's alcohol section where he was ripping open a case of beer. Crace was detained and the firearm was found by the beer. The Vienna Police Department obtained a search warrant for Crace's vehicle where another pistol was found inside. Crace will be sentenced in early September. Kids from around Southeast Ohio have spent this past week learning about science, technology, engineering, and math.
Newswatch photojournalist Matthew Gebhardt takes us to the Ohio Valley Museum of Discovery STEAM Summer Camp at the Shade Community Center.
We are a STEAM-based, so that's STEM plus arts, Discovery Museum. We're located in Athens, but we serve all the way throughout Southeast Ohio. We have playful, hands-on learning, and we bring lots of educational opportunities to the region. Each day at STEAM Camp, we provide a series of stations that they travel to, and every station we have different types of hands-on activities and STEM challenges and arts that they create.
It's all about discovery. Any summer camp, you have the kids doing, learning, trying to figure things out. We have a lot of good activities that the kids can explore. These activities are designed to work with the younger kids and to work with the older kids. The older kids get a little bit more out of them. The younger kids start to see how the engineering process goes together and start to learn about some of the science behind things.
Our main goal is to really get kids interested, excited, asking questions, being curious about the world around them, and understanding that we don't have all of these separate categories of academia, but understanding that the whole world is really truly interconnected. Can be really interested in math, but also really into art, and interconnect those for something that blossoms into a beautiful way of life.
Just get them to learn a little bit of something, maybe find their passion, just spark something inside the child. And when you're working with the child and you see them get it, it's so awesome.
Hand in the air and say, yeah, ready, 3, 2, 1, yeah!
For more information about the Discovery STEAM Summer Camp, go to www.ovmod.org. Now coming onto the show, is forecaster Olivia Roman to walk us through what has been a pretty uncomfortable week so far.
Yeah, Olivia, I walked out to the door this morning and it was super humid, and I definitely knew I wanted to avoid being outside today.
You know what, Maria and Aiden, you are completely right. It has been humid all week. I mean, we've been seeing some extreme high temperatures, especially with that 90 degrees we are seeing today. I mean, it is partly cloudy out, but the humidity is extremely high, kind of what we've been seeing throughout this whole entire week. So with that heat index, it is 96 degrees, and that is what you are feeling right now. So it feels a little sweaty, a little sticky, and again, it's gonna be a high of 90 today, so that's pretty hot. What we got for my local radar is that Athens is not currently being touched right now. I mean, it's pretty good, but we are going to be seeing some light to heavy rain showers kind of going all the way throughout Marietta to kind of New Martinsville and Morgantown, and kind of pushing into that area over here. But again, there's also a little bit of light rainfall in Jackson, but again, nothing to worry about in Athens. I mean, we're pretty clear. And for right now, we're seeing a lot of different ranges of temperatures. I mean, we're seeing high 70s to high 90s. So in Parkersburg, we are seeing that 77 kind of in the high 70 range. However, in Lancaster, we're going to be seeing that higher 80s with the 88. Wilmington is also 90 degrees, and we're going to be seeing that same exact thing in Athens with 90 degrees. But will that continue this weekend? Find out in my full weather forecast.
Thanks, Olivia. The U.S. Department of Commerce has awarded $5 million to the Athens County Port Authority. Announced yesterday, the grant will be used to build a 60,000 square foot facility to house biomedical, biotechnology, and advanced manufacturing companies in Athens County. Jobs Ohio awarded a $2.9 million grant to the Port Authority for site work and construction. The project is expected to create 150 jobs and generate $5 million in private investment. Construction is set to break ground by the end of the year. A wrestling match at Jackson County Fair drew in a large crowd. Newswatch reporter Jacob Mata caught up on all the high-flying action.
The match provided plenty of entertainment for the crowd and also an important lesson. From jumping to throwing
Micro wrestling must come down
to the use of props. The high-energy antics of the MWF kept the crowd at the Jackson County Fair entertained, but for Tenley Carter, it also provided her a big message, thanks to her favorite wrestler, Pinky Shortcake.
I just thought she was really cool and like the only girl, and she was really brave to go against all the boys and stuff.
It's a message not lost on Pinky and referee Little Miss.
The little girls, they see us, you know, hey, we can do anything the boys can do, even if it's a boys' sport.
The Micro Wrestling Federation is based in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and travels around the country performing in different communities. Recently, the company started using shows as fundraisers for organizations.
I would get 5 or 6 phone calls a month from people looking to do fundraisers. So I would tell them, hey, you have to buy the show for $10,000. Then I thought about it. People are calling me for these fundraisers. They don't have $10,000 to buy the show.
The employees of the Micro Wrestling Federation also value helping the community while traveling from state to state.
To be able to help out and give back to the community has really been, you know, it's an inspiration. It makes you feel good, you know. It's important to me because the community helps us, we want to help them.
Providing what many people only see as entertainment. Can have a deeper meaning to those watching. As the Micro Wrestling Federation grows, they hope to acquire a TV deal and their own building in Pigeon Forge.
Coming up, why an advisor to former President Donald Trump is convicted of contempt in Congress today. And what last night's January 6th public hearing revealed. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
Across the planet, in every desert, plants have found ways to not only survive, but flourish.
Policies that were enacted to control the eviction crisis were unprecedented.
From Frontline and Retro Report, in states across the country, the fear of being evicted during the pandemic.
Patchwork of eviction policy.
Much of a tenant's experience was completely dependent upon the zip code that they lived in.
I need to see that our government cares equally about landlords as they do with tenants.
These are not deadbeats. These are people that had jobs, that felt secure.
So it's just not.
Premieres Tuesday, July 26th, 10, 9 Central, only on PBS.
On America Outdoors. I'm in West Virginia, in the heart of Appalachia, a region whose magnificent mountains and verdant forests have shaped an outdoor way of life that goes back generations. You might think this place is stuck in the past, but travel these roads long enough and you'll see what's most exciting is what lies ahead.
Tuesday at 9 on WOUB. This is a detective story.
On Finding Your Roots, Harold Varmus.
My father's side's always been mysterious.
Shirley Ann Jackson.
He never told us anything, but maybe he didn't know a whole lot.
And Francis Cullen.
I'm really interested to find out what you can tell me.
3 science pioneers.
The reason I'm here is that my grandparents left.
Make new discoveries.
Never heard this story.
About their ancestry.
That's amazing.
Finding Your Roots.
Tuesday at 8 on WOUB.
A federal jury has found Steve Bannon guilty of contempt of Congress. The charge stems from his refusal to testify before the January 6th House Select Committee. This comes after nearly 2 days of hearing evidence and witness testimony. The jury reached a unanimous verdict in less than 3 hours. Bannon did not take the stand or mount any defense. He is set to be sentenced on October 21st, and according to federal law, Bannon faces a minimum sentence of 30 days in jail. The House Select Committee investigating January 6th held its last hearing of the month yesterday. The hearing was focused on what they say was former President Trump's refusal to act during the violent attack on the Capitol. Karen Kafa has more on what the hearing's 2 witnesses, both former Trump White House aides, had to say.
187 minutes, the time between then President Donald Trump telling his supporters to march on the Capitol and when he told them to, quote, go home. That was the focus of the January 6th committee's primetime session on Trump's near silence and inaction.
President Trump did not fail to act. He chose not to act.
The committee laying out the argument that instead of acting, Trump sat in his dining room watching the violent riots on TV.
The mob was accomplishing President Trump's purpose, so of course he didn't intervene.
And releasing never-before-seen video outtakes as Trump recorded an address to the nation on the day after the riot.
But this election is now over. Congress has certified the results. I don't want to say the election's over. I just want to say Congress has certified the results without saying the election's over, okay?
Testifying before the committee, Matthew Pottinger, a former Trump Deputy National Security Advisor, as well as former Trump Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Matthews, both resigned due to what Trump did and didn't do.
So the tweet looked to me like the opposite of what we really needed at that moment, which was a de-escalation.
To me, his refusal to act and call off the mob that day and his refusal to condemn the violence was indefensible.
Republican Vice Chair of the committee, Representative Liz Cheney, says the panel will spend August pursuing emerging information before convening more public hearings in September.
We have far more evidence to share with the American people and more to gather.
On Capitol Hill, I'm Karen Kafa.
Scorching heat and suffocating humidity are expected to last in many areas throughout the end of the month across the U.S.
Mark Valerio has more as deaths are being blamed on the historic heat.
It's treacherous heat for the next week. Forecasters warn around 85% of the U.S. population could see temperatures breaking through 90 degrees, and staying inside for many isn't an option.
What's it like in your apartment? Hell. It's like hell. Yeah.
In sun-scorched Arizona, Maricopa County officials say at least 29 people have died from heat-related issues since March. Dallas reported its first heat-related death of the year as teams work to help the city's homeless.
We got a few people we put in hotels. They all thought they were having a heart attack and they were dehydrated.
Relief is up and running at cooling centers coast to coast.
I can't be out in the heat too much because I get really nauseated. And since we've been here, it's been really nice.
In Philadelphia, a heat health emergency is extended through Sunday. And in Washington, D.C., its heat emergency is effective through Monday morning. In the South and Midwest, fields are drying up. Not enough food to feed cattle, forcing some ranchers in Texas to sell early.
We're taking young cows in the prime of their life and they're getting turned into hamburger meat. We're selling them just out of desperation because you don't want to mistreat the animal and make it starve.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
A study published today found more people who vape could be getting addicted compared to smoking casually. Data showed a number of people in the U.S. who said they use e-cigarettes went down between 2018 and 2020. This may be due to less young people picking up e-cigarettes in the first place. But researchers say there's likely a greater nicotine dependence among e-cigarette users. When you should consider getting your next COVID vaccine or booster. That story's still ahead.
And will you still be needing sunglasses and sunscreen this weekend? Find out in my full weather forecast.
The policies that were enacted to control the eviction crisis were unprecedented.
From Frontline and Retro Report, in states across the country, the fear of being evicted during the pandemic.
Patchwork of eviction policy. Much of a tenant's experience was completely dependent upon the zip code that they lived in.
I need to see that our government cares equally about landlords as they do with tenants.
These are not deadbeats. These are people that had jobs that felt secure.
So it's just not.
Premieres Tuesday, July 26th, 10, 9 Central, only on PBS.
This month in Passport on the PBS Video app, your on-demand library for the best of PBS.
This is the point where you reveal I'm not even human.
Wow!
Oh my goodness. Mentally, we're extremely fit. We have this incredible ability to adapt and persevere.
What Ballet Trocadero has done over the years is turned ballet kind of on its head.
These and other shows from your PBS station are available with Passport on the PBS Video app. Download it today.
On Nova, Universe Revealed.
Humans have been looking up at the stars for millennia, yet we don't really know what's out there.
What are the chances there is advanced life?
There are planets in their billions in our galaxy alone.
Which universe do we live in? Lots of planets with life, or are we truly alone?
Alien Worlds on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
On America Outdoors. I'm in West Virginia, in the heart of Appalachia, a region whose magnificent mountains and verdant forests have shaped an outdoor way of life that goes back generations. You might think this place is stuck in the past, but travel these roads long enough and you'll see what's most exciting is what lies ahead.
Tuesday at 9 on WOUB.
And guys, it was pretty muggy out today. We had a temperature high of 89 degrees, which was pretty high. And we've been kind of seeing that trend throughout this week, like I was talking about before. We had a temperature low of 65. And again, we kind of saw that more in the morning time. It was mostly sunny. It was a very nice day with a nice temperature for a summer day. However, it's just really high degrees. So just make sure you stay hydrated with those UV rays. And for our local radar, we're going to be seeing in Athens, again, it is still not being touched, thankfully. No rain predicted in this region. But again, along with Marietta, we're going to be seeing that there's some low to heavy rains kind of passing in this area still. And we're also going to see that a little bit in Jackson, but again, in Athens, we're pretty clear, so nothing to worry about. And for tonight, I mean, it's a really nice summer night. We're going to be seeing an overnight low of 65 degrees with mostly clear skies, which is really good because if you're planning to travel for the weekend, if you're planning to travel tonight, you won't be having to worry about any kind of fogginess or cloudiness. So you'll be pretty good for that. And it's a really nice summer night, so I take advantage of that. I wouldn't even suggest a sweater. 65 is a really good temperature for the nighttime. As far as pressures, we're going to be seeing that today we saw a high pressure as we had those high temperatures. However, tomorrow we're going to be seeing those low pressures are going to start to soak in as there might be a chance of storms and rain, and that is predicted for tomorrow with those low pressure. Then for tomorrow, I mean, we're going to be seeing that temperature high of 89 degrees, just like what we saw today with a temperature low of 70. However, there is a slight chance of storms. So unfortunately, if you have any weekend plans, I definitely move that to what we see for Sunday, as Sunday is very partly sunny. It's a high of 94, a low of 71. So again, if you have any plans for Saturday, I just kind of move that. Even though it's a slight chance, it still might be cloudy that day. So if you're looking for sun or something like that, I definitely say 94 degrees. With the low 71 would be a great day for activities on Sunday. And we also kind of see that with Monday. However, the showers are very likely. Kind of what we saw on Saturday. There's a high of 85, a low of 66. And we're going to kind of be seeing that that's a trend. On Tuesday, we're going to be seeing a chance of showers as well. High of 81, low 66. So temperatures are dropping a little bit from Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're going to be going back up in temperature with a high of 85 and a low 69. And we're going to see a chance of thunderstorms. And also, we're going to be seeing showers like we saw on Monday and Tuesday. However, that's going to be on Thursday. High of 85, low of 69. Be careful with those showers. Definitely get an umbrella ready. On Friday, we're going to see a high of 80, and we're going to see those chance of thunderstorms just like we saw on Wednesday. So guys, I hate to tell you this, but next week, I definitely say if you're going into work or have any plans, keep your rain boots and your rain jacket next to you and keep them close because you're going to be needing to use them a lot next week.
Thanks, Olivia. Health experts are again stressing the importance of vaccination and boosters to protect against severe disease.
Mandy Gaither has more on what the top U.S. health officials say is the best time to get a vaccine or a booster.
Across the U.S., COVID-19 cases continue to climb, fueled by Omicron offshoots.
This BA.5 variant is so very contagious, and it can infect people who are previously vaccinated and indeed people who've had previous COVID.
While many are worried the current vaccines won't stop new infection, top U.S. health officials say they'll substantially lower your risk of developing severe COVID-19 symptoms.
We really care about preventing people from becoming so ill that they end up needing to be hospitalized. And that's what the benefit of vaccination and boosters do.
CDC data shows about 2/3 of the population is fully vaccinated with at least their initial series, but less than 1/3 have gotten a booster shot.
If you're above 50 and you have not gotten a shot this year, in the year 2022, go get one now.
Right now, most people are eligible for a third shot of Pfizer's or Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine given at least 5 months after their primary series. Those 50 and older or those 12 and older who are immunocompromised are also eligible for a second booster at least 4 months after their first one. While vaccines that target new forms of the Omicron variant may be forthcoming, U.S. health officials say, don't wait, protect yourself now.
You'll still be eligible for those variant-specific boosters once they become available later in the fall.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Federal health officials are discussing expanding the eligibility of second boosters to those under 50.
Some believe a decision could come in the next month or so.
Coming up in sports, the 2022 football season is just around the corner. Find out how one team is gearing up for their road to state. And be sure to stay tuned to WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
This month in Passport on the PBS Video app, your on-demand library for the best of PBS.
This is the point where you reveal I'm not even human.
Wow! Oh my goodness!
Mentally, we're extremely fit. We have this incredible ability to adapt and persevere.
What Ballet Trocadero has done over the years is turned ballet kind of on its head.
These and other shows from your PBS station are available with Passport on the PBS Video app. Download it today.
On America Outdoors, I'm in West Virginia, in the heart of Appalachia, a region whose magnificent mountains and verdant forests have shaped an outdoor way of life that goes back generations. You might think this place is stuck in the past, but travel these roads long enough and you'll see what's most exciting is what lies ahead.
Tuesday at 9 on WOUB.
The policies that were enacted to control the eviction crisis were unprecedented.
From Frontline and Retro Report, in states across the country, the fear of being evicted during the pandemic.
Patchwork of eviction policy. Much of a tenant's experience was completely dependent upon the zip code that they lived in.
I need to see that our government cares equally about landlords as they do with tenants.
These are not deadbeats. These are people that had jobs, that felt secure.
So it's just not.
Premieres Tuesday, July 26th, 10, 9 Central, only on PBS.
On Nova, Universe Revealed.
Humans have been looking up at the stars for millennia, yet we don't really know what's out there.
What are the chances there is advanced life?
There are planets in their billions in our galaxy alone.
Which universe do we live in? Lots of planets with life, or are we truly alone?
Alien Worlds on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
The Ironton Tigers are looking towards another successful season this fall. The team is aiming to return to state. It enters the season after winning their third straight Ohio Valley Conference title.
Are you ready? Yes, sir! Ready, begin! T-I-G-E-O-S!
As the Ironton Tigers get ready to jump into the season, the hope is all this hard work will take them to the state championship.
We have unlimited talent, and we're gonna go far this season this year. State, we're definitely gonna show up in state this year.
The last time the Tigers made the state championship was 2020, when they fell to Kirtland. The Tigers lost 6 of their 9 all-state players, but have 3 returning, plus are adding 4 transfers and are excited to showcase the skill of this year's team.
Well, what I think is good about this year, our guys aren't as big or probably as strong as last year, but we have a very fast and athletic line coming into this year.
According to 24/7 Sports, Trevor Carter, Ty Perkins, and Jaquez Keys are 3 of the top 30 recruits in the state. However, Keys says that ranking doesn't mean anything.
At the end of the day, I treat it like I'm a 0 star, because, man, you still got to come out here and work. Don't let all that stuff get to your head.
Keys says his priority is to be the best he can be for his team. And while the players are focused on a championship, head coach Trevon Pendleton says he's focused on the players' discipline.
We tell our kids our expectations for them to show up, work hard, and have a great attitude every day.
Pendleton says his priority is to make better men and community members. Ironton opens their season against a familiar foe, a battle with the Wheelersburg Pirates. But this season is a little different. The Pirates cut the Tigers' season short in last year's regional semifinals in a 17-14 upset.
That hit me harder than ever. Obviously this year we're coming out with a chip on our shoulder that's bigger than ever.
The Tigers are looking to avenge their postseason loss to open the 2022 campaign. Ironton's journey to a state title begins August 19th in Wheelersburg. The Southern Ohio Copperheads are back at Bob Wren for their last homestand of the season. It kicks off with a doubleheader against Sandusky Ice Haulers. These games come after last night's 20-10 loss to the Settlers. The Cheds trail the Ice Haulers 6-1 in the 7th inning of Game 1. Last time these teams met, the Cheds won 12-9 behind Kyle Ratliff's 2-home run performance. First pitch for Game 2 of the Twin Bill is set for 7 o'clock. So guys, obviously a tough season for the Copperheads and for Coach TJ Lanning's first season with them.
Yeah, Jack, but there have been some bright spots throughout. I mean, they've shown some signs where they can kind of streak a little bit, especially late, winning 3 of their last 4.
And hey, Kyle Ratliff has been on fire. It's been super exciting to watch him this season.
Yeah, Maria, you said it. Kyle Ratliff setting the record for the most home runs in the franchise history for a single season.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Jack. For our last story tonight, DoorDash is tightening its policies relating to alcohol delivery. In an effort to prevent underage drinking, the company will now scan a customer's ID in person before handing off any alcohol purchases. DoorDash customers have always had to upload a photo ID to the app in order to purchase alcohol. But the delivery driver was only required to compare that photo ID to the recipient on the order. Now, customers will have to meet their delivery person at the door. Alcohol delivery is a lucrative business for DoorDash restaurants and grocers. The company said those businesses see a jump of 30 to 50% in earnings for deliveries that include alcohol.
We are still seeing a really nice summer night with that 65 overnight low. Again, it's super clear outside, so if you have plans to travel for the weekend, I definitely say do so tonight, as tomorrow might get a little hazy with that chance of storm and that rain. With tomorrow, again, we have that high of 89, almost what we had today with a temperature low of 70. Again, just be really careful with that slight chance of storms. I definitely push that to Sunday, where we're seeing that really good weather, because that's all the good weather that we're going to see probably until for the rest of the week, as Monday to Friday is not looking too great as well. So Monday and Friday, it's definitely say keep your umbrella on check.
And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Aiden Crowley.
And for Olivia Roman, Jack Demler, and Jacob Mata, I'm Maria Manessi. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org. Have a great night.